Listen to this track, bitch.
Hey, yeah, boy. Hey, yeah. We back. Beauty and the Beats with my co-host, Dime Peace.
You already know what's going on. Jessica Dime checking in, Beauty and the Beats.
Hey, and we with two-time NBA champion, man. My dog. What I Wish I Knew. New book out in stores. Josh Powell.
Welcome.
What's good, my dog? You already know, man. Pleasure to have you in the building.
Man, look, we vibed in that thing, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
It ain't hard on the Drumma boy.
You feel it. So how tall you were going into high school? Like leaving 8th grade, going into 9th. What you about 5 something or you already hit 6 foot?
So I had already hit 6.
Okay.
I was like
in the
6,
8th grade.
6'1". Going into my 9th grade, yeah.
That's crazy.
Because the crazy growth spurt happened when I was 14, turning 15. Coming back into my sophomore year, I was 6'7", going on 6'8". I actually was a late bloomer in basketball, so I started off playing football and baseball first.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was bigger than most kids, but not something that was like overly crazy where it's like, all right, bro, gonna be 6'8", 6'9". I wouldn't have never thought that.
Position you was playing football?
So football, you know, when you young, they move you all over the place. So linebacker, did a little bit of quarterback. Like, they just trying to figure it out. But I was a bigger kid, you know what I'm saying? I like to hit, so they would put me on the line. Baseball, I was out right field.
Okay.
So one of the coaches, salute the coach Keith, God rest his soul, man. But that's somebody I definitely owe to, because I came up under him, came up under Outlaw, you know, Outlaw legendary. So. But yeah, he came and saw me on the football field. He was like, man, get your big butt out here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're doing there. Yeah, you need to get on this court. So, you know, from that and then going to watch my mom. My mom was a hooper. My dad was a hooper.
Mom was a hooper.
But I used to watch my mom play in these little, like, it was like a 35 and under league or some type of rec league she used to play in. So my mom was a sheriff at one point in time before she had health issues. And that was really, you know, where I developed the love for the game. Up until that, I'd never seen basketball ever, like nothing.
So you ain't grow up watching Michael Jordan or...
I grew up watching Hakeem. That's my GOAT, bro.
Hakeem.
Come on now.
Shout out to Hakeem.
Dream.
But your mom too, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's different, because you don't
Absolutely.
usually
I
hear.
ain't heard that one.
No,
Absolutely.
never
Watching
heard
moms
that
play.
one.
Mom's left hand, right hand.
Right?
Right hand. She
Okay.
got the crossover.
Cold.
She got the post work, because my mom is 6 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my mom was
Mama
like,
taller
you know,
than me.
growing up, that what she was doing. It's funny because I put I got this old shirt I did, but I put a picture, her high school picture on there.
Okay.
My mama all legs, bro. Just holding that pill in her hand. But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
man, shout out to my mom, you know, my dad. Because
shout out
I never
Mom.
saw my dad do anything, but my dad was one of those people that I heard about. So my dad was really good in baseball, football, and basketball.
Okay.
So
How
the
tall
legend
was
says
Pop?
He wasn't around, or you?
he was, but it's, you know, when my mom and him divorced. So,
Okay.
my dad is 6'1", 6'2".
Gotcha. So mom's 6 foot, Pop 6'1", 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
You hit what's your height now?
I'm 6'9".
6'9". That's crazy.
Okay. Same as my husband.
That's crazy.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So you said you born and raised in Atlanta.
So born in Charleston, but raised in Atlanta. I've been in
Okay.
Atlanta since I was a baby. My mama left my dad early.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And I heard you mention like you had like a rough. You said you had like a rough childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up in Atlanta, what was that like? Like why would you say that you had a rough childhood? What would you like? Why would you classify it as rough? What was the?
Well, for one, and shout out to all my folks in College Park. You know what I'm saying? That's where we moved to initially. I grew
Okay.
up on Gabi.
Okay.
So I was in Old Town Villa.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is I'm talking about things that was going on in the home as well as things going on outside the home.
Okay.
So that's a little bit of the things that, you know, I speak to, like from the standpoint of like the trauma, going through abuse and different things like that. I had my fair share coming up by the people that was closest to me. So
Like
that was the reason why I fell
physical
in
abuse
love
and
with
stuff like that as a child.
sexual,
Wow.
physical,
Okay.
mental, emotional.
But it seemed like your mom was like a strong lady. Like, did she know about this?
She didn't know about some
you
of the
you
stuff
didn't tell her about anything.
because so things happen differently. You know what I'm saying? And there was
Mm-hmm.
things that happened when I would go see my dad, and then there was things that happened when I was living with my mom. And then I went through a stretch where I wasn't living with my mom for 2 to 3 years. So my mom had me living with my well, I was supposed to live with my aunt, but my grandparents actually scooped me up, and then I was staying with my grandparents for 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
So she was trying to get her life, you know what I'm saying, together. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's how that worked out. And that's how I actually fell in love with sports, because when I mentioned at the beginning, it was like I was looking for family. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like somebody put a ball in my hand like that. It was more so I was trying to find a place.
And then when you
Gotcha.
seen teammates
That
and
was like
having
an
to be with
outlet for you.
teams.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's
Take
like a
out that
family.
aggression.
Exactly.
You would you mind getting in a little detail as far as what you went through or
No, not at all, man. You know, for example,
like a friend of the family that was coming over?
so
Maybe it was
it was, from the standpoint of like some of the physical stuff going on, man, like my my stepbrothers at the time, you know what I'm saying, when my mom got remarried. Um, the threats, the different things like that they would do. It's actually one of the things that I speak about in the book. Like there was an incident that happened, like they kept messing with me, and I grabbed my mother's pistol. And I had put it to my stepbrother's head and pulled the trigger, you know what I'm saying? So thank God, my mom had a revolver, so thank God, like it wasn't fully loaded.
Fully loaded.
But it was like those types of things, that I was dealing with, man. And it's just the constant threats, just being picked on, taking my stuff, all of that
Bullied.
type of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So, we don't look at it as that when you growing up, because you feel like this is just what brothers or siblings do. But nah, that ain't
It takes an
that ain't
emotional
it.
toll on
That
you in
ain't
the
it.
long
That ain't
run.
it. Because I'm already like you already making adjustments from, and I don't knock my mom, but being with her, not being with her, being back with her. Now I got a
A
stepdad,
new man.
brothers. There's, you know what I'm saying? And then along that time, I found out, oh, you got a brother here. Oh, you got a sister here. Oh, you got a sister there.
From your
Oh.
dad.
So
Yeah, I kind of had that.
it's just a lot of things, man. And as kids, we just adapt. We adjust.
right.
I never made my mom feel any kind of way. I never made my dad feel any kind of way. But it was just those adjustments, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to just be a good kid and just be understanding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I ain't never really
Press
be
it.
on that. Yeah, it was because I feel like in our era we stay in a child's place. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no I'm gonna question you or be, you know what I mean? Like you my mama, I love you, and I feel like you gonna put me in the best situation or circumstance.
But do you feel like when it came down to your stepbrothers and the abuse that they were giving you, do you feel like your mother like had your back or maybe didn't take your side, or do you feel like she?
Some of it she didn't know though.
Oh,
You know what I'm
because you
saying?
said you didn't tell her everything,
Exactly.
but when
So
she
Pops
found
knew about
out,
this? So
Nobody
didn't
knew. That's what
nobody
I'm
know what was
saying.
going on.
So
So you
whatever
was just
happened at
quiet.
they
Just
didn't
let
find
that
out
That
until
was
you
it.
pulled the gun out.
But they didn't find out in the grand scheme of things everything that was going on. They was just like, oh, he must have been messing with you.
So
Like
this
what
is-
happened
Yeah,
in
they
this
didn't know
moment.
So this is
everything.
7, 8,
In
9
this
going
moment.
10. And
Yeah, this
when
was
you
just
pulled the
like
trigger, how old
overtime.
was you?
That happened when I was 10.
Gotcha.
I ain't gonna never forget that.
And they didn't find out until when? 14, 15? What, like?
No,
a little
Well, they
later?
found out about that then, but they didn't know about
Yeah.
all the other
All
stuff
the other stuff,
leading
bruh,
up to it.
ain't nobody know until this thing right here.
Really?
And I had a conversation with my mama. I'm tell you real talk. I had a conversation with my mama
With the book.
with the book. I had a conversation with my mama, like a real one, kind of expressing a lot of things like maybe 2-3 years ago.
So how did everybody feel when the book came out? Did they feel some type of way? You didn't even care.
Some of them don't even know. I don't care because I have a duty. I feel like I have a duty to serve because this is something that plagues all households, but I feel like especially in our community, the secrecy.
Yeah,
That's
not
the-
talking about it.
that's the big-
And I
that's the
don't like
biggest
that.
thing.
I don't like that. It be people out in now. My family, I can't say I experienced stuff, but I feel like there was always talked about. Like talk about it if somebody touched you. Say
Correct.
something if somebody doing something to you. Please tell me. It was always drilled to talk about it and tell, but that's not always
I'm
the
glad
case.
that you get that because
Yeah, 'cause you saying now.
most young men and young women, they ain't getting that.
Right, and that should be more talked about. Like, I feel like, what's the secret?
And you felt like you didn't want to break the family apart, or you felt
I
like
wasn't
you
even
was
thinking
gonna,
like that.
you know, you
I
just
think
felt like
when you going through it, you feel like this is what people are going through. That's what I honestly thought. Like that wasn't in my mind to be like, I'm gonna get somebody in trouble because, you know, this day and age, it's a different type of time. You know, these kids be knowing. They'll be the ones to snitch on you first if they get a chance to.
Right.
So
You know
as
what I'm
far as
saying?
feeling, you like,
Or
man,
not
they got
snitch,
me
but they'll
fucked up,
tell.
or they got me messed up, or I'ma show them and I'ma show them through basketball. Was it some in your head like, man, I'm gonna get to the NBA, I'm gonna show them, I'm gonna have my
I wasn't
own
even
money.
thinking NBA. I wasn't thinking none of that. I
What
was
was
just
you
thinking,
thinking?
I just was thinking like, I need a way out.
Really? It was that bad?
Yeah. I wasn't thinking about nothing else because it was like steps to it. You know what I'm saying? Like at first it was like, this is my family over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mama
I can
side.
hoop. No. I'm talking about sports wise, like
Okay.
The
being the
ball
connection.
players, yeah, this
Yeah.
my family.
This is my family over here. You know what I
Kind of
mean?
like a brotherhood or a gang.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's like I kept growing and maturing in the game. I was like, okay, I can go to school for free. I wasn't thinking about like I can take care of myself or do nothing like that. But then going into my junior year, especially my senior year, I'm like, hold on, man. You know what I mean? Like
got it.
now I'm on that elite level because I'm playing against top talent in the country. And I'm showing out. You know what I mean? So my stock just steady climbing, and I feel like, man, if I get an opportunity, I know I belong for sure.
Yeah.
But that happened within those 3 years. It wasn't a lot of people, they come up, they play something, they just know that's your gift. That's all of that. You know what I mean? For me, that wasn't my thing.
What do you think about the NIL deals and being able to make money
Man, I
now
think it's
in
great.
high school,
I
college?
think it's great.
You wish you came up in this time period?
No. I'm glad I came up in mine. Because I think to be able to pay it forward and to be able to share your story and the things that you've gone through, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about the work that y'all are doing and have done.
Absolutely.
And to be able to give it to the generation now,
Oh, yeah.
it seemed easy,
Yeah.
but I'm not the type of person that's all about money either. I got principles, morals, and values.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's
Absolutely.
for me, it's for me.
Right.
But I do think it's beautiful, but but I can only imagine you can get a couple 100,000 or a couple 100 million, but now you got your folks all on your neck. When I turned pro, I was 19.
Yeah.
And I don't wish that on nobody.
So
'cause
you
that's
didn't do
different.
college at all?
I did for 2
Yeah.
years.
2
I just
years,
left
okay.
early.
Okay.
Yeah, I left
Carolina
early.
State.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just left early. So I know and understand what that pressure's like because now you got people all on you. You know what I'm saying? And we still going through this. You feel me? Like,
Absolutely. And then in that time period, you really had to play. You had something to like play for.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? And really fight. Not saying that the guys today don't. You know what I mean?
Nah,
It's
they-
like, you got just more incentive, and even looking at a lot of the guys flashing watches, flashing jewelry, whatnot. I feel like coming up in our period, you had to appreciate it. You really had to have that hunger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the guys are hungry, but you got to stay focused. You know what I mean? But going through college, not being able to make money, it really showed what you was made of.
And I feel like nowadays too, like, people feel, that gratification of walking in and the status of the money or the look. I get it from the respect from my peers and the fact like, bruh, still, he was a hooper.
Yeah.
Right.
That's something
He
that
did what
mean a
he
lot
had
to
to do.
me. You know what I mean? Like I played 20 years. I would have never thought I'd been able to play 20 years, professionally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whether it's
And
in
what
the
about a
NBA or
champion?
overseas.
Like to be a champion? How that
Listen,
feel?
Back to back,
Listen.
not even
Right,
like
like,
2 years,
what? This
2
Should've been
years
3.
back to back. Yeah, it
Should've
should have
been
been
3.
for sure.
Should have been 3 because I was on that team when Dallas lost to the Heat when they got their first chip.
Yeah, I remember
I was
that.
over there. I
Dirk
was
Nowitzki.
sick. Yeah, I was sick, bro. I was sick. But it's such a blessing, man, to come from Clayton County, to be a Southside native and to have the experiences and see life and just be able to share that with people because, I posted a picture like some weeks ago that was sent to me from one of the media guys with the Lakers, and he took a picture of my mom consoling me. After we won, she was in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? It was just a dope. Like it just takes you back because, like, I know all the little things that I came from. I know all the steps, you know what I'm saying, all the sacrifices.
Right.
And that's the part that makes the journey so much more beautiful and so worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So who would you say was your the person on the team, like the one person that you feel like you was closest to when y'all won, like when you won a championship, like on the team? Who was you closest to?
As far as the Lakers, I feel like what we did, that was a collective of 15 guys. Now we all had our little crews within that, but it was really like a brotherhood. Like when I tell you, we all kicked it from
It
movies,
wasn't just no one person.
dinners.
It was all of y'all.
Yeah, I mean we had, so it would be like me, Cole, Shannon, Trev when he was on the team at that time, D Fish. Like we had our group of guys, you know what I'm saying? Then it would be like the other little clique, but we all still rock with each other.
Yeah.
So who was the true leader on the team when you were playing with the Lakers?
Man,
Was it Fisher? Was it
Cole,
Kobe?
Fish, because they got the good guy, bad guy thing going on.
Okay.
But Cole was also in a different place too. Like, you know what I mean?
Who was
like,
the good guy? Who was the bad guy?
come on now.
Kobe was the bad guy.
You know,
For
you
sure.
know,
No, but
Bean
for the
mashing.
people, you know, these youngins don't know. They ain't watch. They might
Shoot,
not
I don't
watch
know, but
Kobe.
I just done heard stories.
So number 8, number 24, that's a conversation in itself. I got a chance to build with 24,
Okay.
which was different than number 8. But I would just say, you know, Fish gave like good balance. You know what I'm saying? Like Cole would be the type curse you out, get in your face, do all that type of stuff. Fish will come right behind, be like, "All right, big dog, like this is what, you know." He'll translate that for you.
Yeah.
Right.
If that's
right.
what you needed.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Kobe also knew who he can talk to and how he could do it as well. And if you really understand the message, it ain't personal.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's a winner. He just want to
He
win.
always want everybody to be.
He just want everybody to be on that same type of time. So it's like if you can get in that space immediately, then you shouldn't be able to take none of that personally.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
Kobe would get on you for what? Like, give me an example. Like you knew on the team, you just got to LA. Walk me down and experience one of your first experiences with Kobe.
So I was on a partial guarantee. And for those that don't know what a partial guarantee is, I signed a 2-year deal. And out of my 2-year deal, they said, "All right, cool, we're gonna give you $200,000. That's what my guarantee was. I still gotta make the team, you know what I'm saying?" So one of the first practices, because he didn't say nothing to me during the summer runs, none of that.
No.
He would come in the gym, nothing. So the first day of practice, you know, we do this little drill. Prior to the drill, first of all, it was like a rebounding drill. So I'm like going to work. I'm getting all the rebound, I'm doing all that. So he like, "Man, who this mother? Like, what y'all doing?" So I'm looking at him, I'm like, "All right, cool."
He
So
talking
then-
about you while you're
outdoing
right
the people
there.
who are already been on the team.
Yeah.
So he
I'm
getting on
going
them
in.
for you outplaying them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we do like this little thing where it's like a single double. You know what I'm saying? Single double is basically 2 bigs on the block. You got the guards that come off, you know, and then we play out of that like an action. So he came off on my side, and you know he's guarding my man who's on offense. I'm on offense, so I pop him.
You pop
I
Kobe.
pop Kobe. Like he come off, he like, "All right, motherfucker, like I'm telling you, don't do that shit again."
Oh.
Bring it back on this side. Crack him again.
Yeah.
But that's what he like to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he be like, "Okay, I see what we got going on," because man, that don't faze me, bro. Like I think about the Riverdale North Clayton games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like coming up, Monica in the stands with C Murder. Like that's what I
Oh,
you know what I mean?
okay.
Like
Yeah.
going back. You know what I mean?
Back.
Lights
Yeah.
getting cut off, people really fighting and stuff going on.
It
So
got serious.
man, look,
So you
that's
come
South
from there, you
Side.
had
Like,
to show
come
them,
on,
like,
man.
yeah, listen, man.
It's the time, bro. Like, you know, when it comes to a place, man, we want to show up and show out. You feel
Absolutely.
me? Like it's a proud thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I put on my shorts just like anybody else, man, and I feel like I can wrestle with the best of them. So that's always been my mindset.
Love and basketball, man. Talk to me about the love side. Your first love. You know what I'm saying? Was it in high school? Was it in college? You know.
Look, he act like he don't want to get into this, honey.
So-
We had Beauty and the Beast. You knew it was coming.
Man, there's so many so many
loves.
different relationships.
Yeah. The first one, man, you know, to coming with juggling, you know, relationship before kids, all of that, you know.
So I had the typical like high school love thing, man. Like I had a young lady that I dated for the majority of my high school time. She hooped too. We actually wore the same number.
Love and basketball.
Okay.
And she went to Georgia Tech.
Y'all talked about going to different colleges when y'all in high school or going to the same college in high
You
school.
know, it's funny. We really never had like that conversation.
Gotcha.
Because at that moment, you kind of feel like, man, you're going to be with this person, it seemed like forever.
Regardless
Yeah.
where they
Young. Yeah. And it's funny because Georgia Tech was actually one of my top choices. But then
That's
Bobby,
where she went.
That's where she went.
Okay,
and
Georgia
then
Tech.
But Bobby Krim is, you know what I'm saying, he ended up retiring. So that's what shifted Georgia Tech off my list.
Okay. And you ended up going to North Carolina.
North Carolina State, yeah.
Who all did you get offers from as far as college?
I could pick. That was the blessing.
Oh, wow.
But my top 5 choices was Georgia Tech, Georgia, Florida, UNC, and then NC State.
Gotcha. And how did you make that decision to go to NC State?
Man, basically, I felt it was a no-brainer because all the bigs, the 4s and the 5s that was at NC State were graduating. So for me, I didn't want no handout, but I knew that if I got a fair opportunity, I know what I'm gonna do.
Did you have somebody there that you could look up to, or you was kind of like the new guy as a freshman?
That was it. Other than Anthony Grundy, God bless his soul. You know what I'm saying? My brother got murdered, man. But no, we came in with one of the top freshman groups. You know what I mean? And we had 5 incoming freshmen. One was a McDonald's All-American. The class before that had Scooter Sherrill, who was a McDonald's All-American. Like they had like 2 or 3. I think they were sophomores when we were coming in as freshmen. And then we had, you know, a pretty solid core of upperclassmen. So,
gotcha.
Archie Miller, Anthony.
So did you and the girl go to school? She went there too. The first love.
She went to Georgia Tech.
She went to Georgia Tech, and you end up going to North Carolina. So, did y'all stay together? How quick did it take for y'all to break up?
That shit sank.
Cause you went down there messing around. So all them girls.
Why they got to be me?
I know it.
Got the college campus.
Because she probably thinking like, okay, we still finna be together, but we just had to split up for a minute. But you went down there and lost it.
That's crazy. I think we really just grew apart. You know what I'm saying?
How fast? First
it wasn't
semester?
fast. I mean, we spent 3 years on and off.
Gotcha.
While y'all was in separate places?
While we was in the same place.
3 years on and off. So that was
like high school.
I'm talking about when y'all got to the different colleges.
It was over with.
Yeah, when you left and she left, it was over with. Y'all in
it was over
still
with.
Contact, still, hey, how
nothing.
you doing? Text message, nothing.
Not really. It was dead. Ain't no love lost. It was dead though.
But how is okay? So after that, it's dead because you done got to North Carolina. You done saw these other girls that you ain't never seen.
North Carolina, boy.
What that finger pointing?
It was a mess. Okay, so when you graduating from
Raleigh.
This in Raleigh.
Raleigh. Okay, so they pretty in Raleigh. I done had a lot of bookings in Raleigh. They pretty. So when you leaving from North Carolina, you transitioning to the NBA. How was the girl thing then? Like, did you feel like you was had your guards up, like, nah, I ain't finna be messing with these. They know what I'm finna have next. Or was you kind of still like throwing their dick a party?
No. Straight like that. Look at you. Nah, I wasn't throwing to no party.
That's what they do when they get in that league. Huh? They throw their dick a party. Yeah.
I think it's different. You know what's funny? And I understand your points. But I think that the only thing that changes is just money and status. When you a young hooper, even the young boys now, and you know you nice, it's stuff that come with that ain't no different.
What you mean?
Oh no, they coming.
I mean, the only thing character and demeanor is the only thing that's gonna be able to help your decisions. But a lot of guys who wasn't getting then, and you just got money, now you getting a whole bunch of that you never had before, or might not know what to do with it. So you just gonna get taken advantage of.
But we hooping like, for me, I know I grew up in the clubs, at a young age.
So it wasn't no.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you already was having.
I was
Yeah,
already,
and
I was already on that.
Yeah.
So when I went to college, it was like,
it got even worse.
this is what it is. And when I went to, pro, it was what it was. I got married young though.
Oh, okay.
You got married
so
before pro or after?
After.
How
I
many
was
years
23,
in? 2-3 years
24.
in?
Oh, wow. You was
Yeah, I'd
23
already-
when you got married?
Yeah, 23, 24.
So you've been in the league like 3 years at that time. 4.
3-4 years,
Yeah, you got in 19.
Mm-hmm.
And you met her you didn't know her before. You
I met her during. Yeah.
during. That's kind of, I don't know, for me as a guy, that might be a little funny. Like, do you ever
So
look
how did
at
y'all
it
meet? Like, was it a club? Was it just random city? Was you
Summer league.
Summer? She played ball too.
That's crazy,
No,
okay.
her stepdad was a coach for the San Antonio Spurs.
Cool. So that it was a
So
relation.
she was supposed to be like going on a vacay, but they had to end up staying because he became the coach. Whatever happened, he had to end up coaching the team. So I had bumped into her during that time out there.
And how long was y'all dating before y'all get married? Look here, I get hurt to talk about her.
No, it don't. It don't. I'm just,
Y'all had kids too?
We did. We had 3 kids, but I had a
Okay.
daughter prior to that.
Okay.
So that was like my second relationship. Like I had a daughter come. I had
Told
a daughter
you he was
when I
throwing
was
that
like
dick a
20.
party. I told you.
I was trying to date the young lady though. I want to at least say that. You know what I'm saying? So
I know you was trying to date.
It
but
ain't like
it didn't probably work out, but y'all still had a blessing come out of
We
it.
sure did.
And that was in college.
No, I was
The
pro.
first baby was in college.
That was the first child you had was in college.
When I was pro.
When you
Okay.
pro, okay.
But right before the wife.
Right before. Yeah. She's 17 now. Yeah.
Okay, so she about to graduate. Yeah. That's crazy. So, okay, so we were just talking about the way he look, he made me think he don't want to talk about it.
I do.
Okay, so you got
Marriage.
married in the league. Okay, got married, 23. How long did y'all date before y'all got married?
Probably like a year or so.
Oh, so
I
you
ain't
did it
wasting
pretty
no
quick.
time. Yeah.
And how long y'all?
What
Stayed.
made you feel like, okay, this is my wife? What gave you that?
Man, at that
notion?
time, you know what I'm saying? Because I was dealing with some personal things too, man. And just how she kind of held me down, her support. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like the way we communicated, the way we listened to each other, like this was somebody I was like, man, I could ride with. Why play with it? I don't want to block my blessings. You know what I'm saying? I already had the little situation in the first go round.
Gotcha. And she was very welcoming and
Yeah,
yeah.
I believe that at that time, absolutely. Ain't no shade, no nothing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I don't regret, none of that.
You had a relationship with her father as well? Him being the coach and all that is.
So I was cool with him, yes. When you said her father, I literally thought about her bio. You know what I'm saying? Like her biological father.
Gotcha.
That's why I paused for a second.
So that was her stepfather.
That was her stepfather.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
Yeah, me and him was cool. It was always love when I saw him. You know what I'm saying? Like there was never any issues, no nothing like that.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I don't even care it like that.
So, but you're not with that. So, are you still with that wife?
No,
right?
No.
Okay,
I got remarried. Yeah.
Okay, so how long were y'all married? How long? The first wife?
10 years.
10 years. So, I mean, what changed? Like, I know with respect to your wife now, but just like.
Oh no, she cool. I mean, what changes? People grow apart. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, and we do things instead of for the right reason, even if your intentions are pure. But to be with somebody, do it because it's for that person, not for the kids, for the lifestyle, for the this, for the that.
Got you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So over time, I didn't want to pass anything down to my kids. They're getting older. Like you can't just, when they like 4 or 5, it's like, but now it's like, they 9, 10, like I don't want to pass that down. So
and it would just start kind of getting rocky and you didn't want to keep them around.
It had already been what it was. You feel me? Like,
and y'all was just
we at a point
for
where
them.
we doing this.
You growing apart.
Yeah,
but you
really
still
going
trying to
apart.
hold it together.
Still trying.
For the kids, though,
Still
not
trying.
because you want
I
to.
wanted to for me. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I don't want to speak for her.
Right, gotcha.
I just know for me, I was doing it because I wanted us to work and be the example for them.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah. I don't encourage anybody. I hope whatever camera, whatever, but Do it for your partner, not for no other reason.
Right.
Because you're going to run out of gas quick.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
You got kids. I know you got one on the
On the
way.
way.
These are all things, bro, because it's like you get with people with the intent like this is going to be forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you really hope that. You really want that. You know, and again, you just never know.
Yeah.
You never know with a person, bro. And I got all the stories for y'all. I promise you. I only think we got enough today, but I know we'll finish chopping it up when this thing over.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
wow.
bro, crazy
So do you
story.
think it was best that y'all just kind of went y'all separate ways for the mental health of
For each
everybody,
other.
for the
For
kids,
each
for
other.
everybody?
For each other.
For each other. Because
the
y'all...
kids will have to adjust. You know what I'm saying?
What do you
'Cause they gotta
think
live their
some
own
of
life.
the top reasons were for, let's say, growing apart? Like, is it you know,
Things
maybe
I did.
real?
You know what I mean?
So,
So I have my part in it.
Gotcha,
Cheating.
You know what
okay.
I'm saying? I'm gonna speak on
Was it
she
cheating?
doubling down on that thing, tripling down
I'm
on that thing.
asking. I want to know.
That could be a part of it.
Okay.
For sure.
I'm just asking
For
because you
sure.
were so quick to say, but what?
Because it's accountability, you know what I mean?
I know, but what are
And
you taking accountability for? Did you cheat?
for my behavior as far as that with other women.
Okay.
Lack of support because during the time. So what I mean by that is, I was in a tricky situation. I'm fighting for a position on the team. Remember, I talked about the Lakers situation.
Gotcha.
But at the same time, her mother's on her deathbed, literally. So then it's like, why you ain't here with me? And I'm like,
I'm in the
I'm
gym.
here with you, but family first, meaning wife, under the covenant, kids, like what we got going on. That ain't no shade. That don't mean that I don't understand the significance of this moment, but that was a hard decision to make. So I stayed back up until I got the call like she passed. But that was held against me. Probably still held against me.
And so during that time, is this the same city? Like this
You
is this
stayed
where you
back.
going in for practice for
So what happened was I was in LA. She went to New Orleans to be with her family.
with her family?
And
She
you would have
wanted me
had
to
to.
come. She wanted me to come with her.
But you
too.
wouldn't have been able to play. And you wouldn't have been able to take care of nobody either, right?
I mean, I don't know what the team would have did. I just didn't want to play with that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And a
Like,
lot of times I see that like
I
guys
wasn't.
are gone
If
or
I
not
was
practicing or
guaranteed,
out
if
of the
they
game
already, if they had already G'd me up,
for personal reasons.
Yeah,
you
that's
see how-
different. But
yeah.
you had to go get the
but
bag.
I had to like really
You probably
keep
could have
fighting.
made more, I guess, more effort to maybe be there when you're not playing. But it's such a
It was so hard because it
rigorous
was
schedule.
during preseason too,
Yeah.
which is the time that
I'm
guys
getting
like
ready
me
for the season.
Proving theyself.
because like Kobe and all them, they're like the ones playing 10 minutes, 15 minutes until it's really showtime. So basically, guys like
You
myself
get all of the
trying to
game
learn a
time,
new system, you know, proving yourself and all that.
learning
Like that was my
plays, all that.
time. That was my time to shine.
Damn. That's
So,
a
yeah, it
tough
was
one.
And
like-
I had a daughter that I was taking care of
In
by
LA.
myself
And she was
in
with you
LA.
in LA.
Yep. So my agent was staying with me, and then like we was just trying to get everything to work out, but it's things like that took a
Yeah.
toll, and it's like if you're not willing, you know, I know they say time heals all wounds. I'm not a fan of that statement because I feel like when it comes to some people, and you tell me how you feel as a man, but it's like when our women do stuff, they want that immediate forgiveness. But then if I do something, they're gonna beat me. You know what I'm saying? I get beat over the head for a month, 2 months, maybe a year. It's just a little different. So, you know, over time, it's like we could never.
But I feel
Get
like
over
it was
that
a
hump.
mixture of things. It was already the
It's
fact that
pressure
you was
that
cheating.
you in LA.
And then her mom sick. You in LA. She don't know what you doing in LA. She dealing with her mom. She needs comforting. So it's just kind of like a whole lot of mixing, a lot going on in her head
I get it.
that'll send you crazy damn near.
It's a lot in my head too.
Yeah, but was she cheating on you?
It's a lot in my head too.
Tell the truth.
I can't speak to that
What did you feel like she was
because
cheating
she was
on you?
pregnant at the time.
By you?
Mm-hmm.
But did you feel like you had a feeling that she might have
That
been
what
cheating?
that ain't
Or
never.
maybe getting comfort from somewhere else.
Nah, that ain't never a concern for me.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
I try to tell people like, do what you feel. You feel me? Like if it's a conversation, let's talk about it.
Do what you feel like what, cheat?
Listen, man, I ain't saying cheating,
But talk to you before you cheat.
but just whatever's on your spirit. Talk to me.
Oh.
I don't believe.
Everybody not gonna do that.
I don't
You might
believe.
offer as much as you can, but ain't nobody gonna come out and just tell the truth. Just say, you know what I'm saying?
But you know, at 23, 24,
You
in a
young.
point in your life where you got Kobe out here.
Yeah,
Like,
it's go time.
You ain't in the gym shooting, you know
Lord
what I'm saying?
forgive me, but
I'm trying to solidify my career.
Baby,
And
I ain't
still
even
be able to
23 and it's still go
provide
time
for
for
my family.
me. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to lock in his position, you hear me? You know what I mean?
Cause then, things have to be taken care of. So, that's another conversation to be had, and that's something women have to deal with. Women have to kind of pick. Like, are you gonna deal with a man that can't be there all the time? Or are you gonna deal with a man that's always there and probably can't provide the same things that you would want?
So that's a separate conversation.
That's what I said. It's a separate conversation.
But at the end of the day, like, what's everybody's definition of presence? Because you have some people that are there, but they feel like they totally
I think
apart.
at such a young age is being in two different cities. Long distance relationships are wear and tear for sure. You know what I mean? Especially for marriage. And you going through some stuff. Neither one of us are supporting each other the way we need support.
Right.
So it's only going to, pull further and further apart until somebody just be like, deuces.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how, going through different teams. The Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
Moving to different cities as an athlete. Talk to me a little bit about that. Even with the partner, does the wife want to go to Indiana? Supportive of Los Angeles or supportive of wherever you say, hey, I'm getting traded.
So I met her after that period of time. But my oldest daughter's mom, like when we was living together, I don't think that was necessarily an issue because I went from Dallas to Indy. You know what I'm saying? But with my ex-wife, like, I feel for the most part she was super supportive. Like wherever I went, like when I was overseas, man, in Greece, you know what I'm saying? Like she had a fit. Like we need to come over there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And it was just you over there.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
she came over there, brought the kids. The kids were going to school over there.
Really?
I had a dope little condo, 3-4 bedroom by the water. Like I ain't never been on nothing like that because I want my kids to experience. I want her to experience. Like when I went to China, they came. When I went to Australia, they came.
Oh, that's nice.
I ain't never on that type of time.
What was it like for the kids? Having to learn different languages and having different friends again.
They
love
that.
Cool with this school. Now I gotta go to another school.
Listen, man, I would encourage anybody, even if you can't live overseas, like getting your kids to experience different cultures and things like that. What it does to the mind, bro, it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
I know growing up on the South Side, like coming up, we never went to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like a thing.
Foreign
Like if we
country.
went my first time really going to Lenox Mall was like when I was a teenager. Nobody doing that, bro. Like we stay on our end, we out the way. That was just our thing. That's a South Side way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to have that and to be able to really open these kids' minds up, even my wife at the time or other family, like being able to give everybody these experiences off of a game, off of a ball that has been good to me. And so many others. I no matter what's going on, you know what I'm saying?
You didn't mind them coming to no city you was
For
in.
the most part, because I think it was more so about the space me and her was in, if there was any hesitancy. But other than that,
if y'all was cool, then ain't nothing wrong with y'all
I
being
ain't never
there.
gonna trip on that.
Yeah.
What was the most difficult city to live in? You think, overseas or in the United States?
I can't really say if there was anything difficult for me. I think because I adjust, man. Like I come from nothing, bro. Like
Yeah.
I played in Puerto Rico. I remember My daughter
translation
came.
thing on how
Oh no,
you
no.
talking like?
I learned
In China.
I learned Spanish.
I had my little thing.
When I went to China, I made it a thing to learn Mandarin. I wasn't fluent in it,
Yeah, but you knew little
but
stuff to say.
and the reason why I say that is you got to pick up on game because these folks will talk about you in your face, bro. Them folks will look at you like how me and you looking, all that.
Real
And
rude.
you think it's
stuff. You
smooth,
don't know
bro?
what?
What? You don't know
They be
what's
roasting
going
you
on,
like at the nail
Disgraceful,
shop.
like,
Bruh,
Bruh,
let me
and
talk
then
about
you got a
baby.
translator.
Mhm.
You don't know if your translator gonna keep it a bean with you or not.
Yeah, true.
He
So-
didn't say anything. Don't let
No,
us get out of here.
so first order of business, we got to be cool with the translator.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, let's go kick it. Let's go hang out. Let me buy
Yeah.
you some food. Like,
Yeah.
I know the team be
You
on your
need
head,
anything? Like,
but I
yeah.
got you.
Yeah,
So then
yeah.
they, you know what I'm saying? Now we build, and now, bro, like, nah, he really said this.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These folks
Just
folks
so you
get on
know
your
the
food.
land of the,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
know
I
what's
done-
going on.
I done played everywhere, done everything, but that for me is the first thing is to learn the language and then just making the adjustments, man. I done been places like talking about Puerto Rico. Bro, we used to play games. They used to cut the water off in the country or whatever the city is. I might have to go 3-4 days without taking a bath. That's just how it was tough.
Really?
It was tough, bro. I done been in all
Was
that.
your
That's
family
crazy.
there with you when you was in Puerto Rico?
Not
You was by yourself there?
they came to visit. My daughter came and lived with me for like a month.
How did she?
So I literally would buy bottles of water
Yeah.
and would boil it for her and let her use it, and I wouldn't.
Mm.
Cause I make sure she good. I just be like, whenever we get some water, do it. But when I say they cut the water off, I mean they cut the water off. So I could take a cold shower. We had no water.
Wow.
I done been in other places, bro. Like, man, I remember one time I was in China, bro. I got all the stories, man. I was laying. The room was so infested, it was nasty, bro. Like I kept
Infested with
sweats
what?
on,
Roaches with
bro. Listen, I kept sweats on. I put this big old jacket on, bro.
bed bugs in the bed.
Bro, and I couldn't go nowhere. Couldn't do nothing. Yeah, I done been in all that. Was in Argentina one time, bro. My whole ceiling was infested with mosquitoes.
Oh,
Couldn't get another room, bro. So I had to cover take the doggone hoodie, tie my face in that thing, bro,
Yeah.
and just thug it.
Oh,
And
they
you can
come
hear
from
them too.
Bro, they come in all that, bro. I done been in room, man.
You gotta be a
all that.
strong person to do something like that.
It was different, but I think too that's a part of my frustration as well, like in my first relationship, because it's like some of the disrespect, the lack of patience or grace, and the things that you're not giving me. Do you know what I'm going through in order to provide? I don't want no cookie for it, but just respect. Like,
Yeah,
come on
just
now.
understand.
I understand you feel how you feel in these moments or whatever. But come on, man. And I'm also the one who's sacrificing. I'm stepping away from the family. I'm always gone. You there. You got the opportunity to see first words, first crawling, everything. You get to be a part of all of that while I'm doing this, ripping and running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
they don't
it's
ever
tough.
think about it like that, really.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
Yeah.
tough. But that's what we as men do. You feel me? Like we don't complain about it. It's just what we do. We get on our grind, we go about our business. But it just sucks when we got FaceTime now, but beforehand it's like a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, so and so crawling. Let me snap a pic or let me shoot a video to you so you can see.
Right.
And I'm not there in real time.
Yeah.
You know that part hurts, but again, I wouldn't change it because I'm just trying to do my part.
So you went on after that to, I'm sure you was still in the league, and then y'all got divorced in the process of you still being in the league?
Nah, it was
Nah,
after.
after you
Yeah, it
finished.
was after. It was like I was still playing, but I was more so like overseas. You know what I mean? So at that point in time, it's like I'm thinking about the transition. And the first time I actually was gonna retire at 29 because I was
That's
going through
pretty
so much
young.
family stuff. Yeah, but I again choosing them over everything. I was like, bro, I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to fight for my family, you know what I'm saying? So I had been playing with the idea for a minute, and then I had I had actually signed a 2-year deal with Houston. Then they brought me on as a coach. Like, it was just all these things that I had been going through, you know what I mean? But
What was it like when you got the ring with in what was it, 2009 and 10, right? What was it like that time period? You win in the rings, family super happy for you, everybody happy for you. Was everybody rooting for
At
you?
least
Or
I
it was
hope.
still some hate?
at least I hope.
You don't even know. Some people you didn't even hear from.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. I know y'all can both probably should relate to this, but it's like in the journey, you know, you might feel like a lot of people really rocking with you. And I done been on all sides to this thing. I've been on the side of being in the league. Everybody proud, they on your phone. I done been on the side of going overseas. I'm still getting a check, but now I'm not as cool now because he ain't in the league no more. Then I got back in the league. Oh, now your energy different. You know what I'm saying? To then starting to phase out, and then Big Three start happening. So then it's like, oh, he was Big Three. Like, what's good? You know what I mean? Like, I done been on all sides of this thing. And I really don't know. I really can't say. As far as in my corner, solid people. You feel me? Like maybe a small handful. And I have new relationships now that I can salute. You know what I'm saying? Having a chance to connect with you. You know what I mean? My brother in here. Evan, who's overseas. Like I can name people that are just solid. You know, Sean over the year. Like Sean, me and Sean's always been solid, but it's just you never really know. And I done seen it from my family. I went through a point where every one of my family members turned their back on me for multiple reasons. Some of it's money, some of it's because of my relationship. I done dealt with all of that. I done seen all of that. So I'm in a place and space where I'm at peace because I'm continuing to grow and mature, but it's like I don't put nothing past a person.
Me neither.
I done been done so many types of ways that, you know, you just never know what's on a person's spirit. Like for real, for real. That's one of my biggest lessons ever. And again, I'm probably sure y'all can relate, you know what I'm saying, with the things that y'all have had to deal with in this journey. You know what I mean? And people will literally look at you and make it seem like they love you. And I done had some dudes I done grew up with do some lame foul
Outlandish
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, why?
Look, outlandish.
Why? You feel me? But ain't nobody exempt. You know, and I think that's the important part of guarding.
From family on to friends, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody's exempt.
Absolutely.
I agree with that,
As soon as y'all cut this thing, I'm going to share.
Okay,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So what, I know you, now what, I got to ask you this, because we talking about it. I know you and Dwight was buddies, or are buddies, I don't know. Are y'all still cool? What do you think about all that controversy he got going on? Do you still support him through it? Do you just kind of keep your distance, or how does that go? Because I know y'all friends, right?
I pray for him.
Gotcha.
I really hope whatever it is that he finds peace in his journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to judge, you know, what anybody has going on. That doesn't mean that I have to agree with it. But I think that he could have done himself, he did himself a disservice by not just attacking it and just being honest
From the
up
get-go,
front.
yeah.
Because when you say what I do is my business, but the statue that, you know, the status and, you know, the role that you carry, how people look up to you and all of that, you have a duty. You have a duty to represent yourself the way that, you know, whatever you're portraying. That's just like, you know, for me, like I love women. You feel me? Like I'm not promoting anything else. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm standing on that. I'm not promoting anything else. So therefore, I'm never gonna be like what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like that just will never be me. Like we gotta go ahead and let that be what it's gonna be.
You famous, so people gonna mind your business.
Yeah, and you a role model. You've been a role model all this time. Don't say
But
it's
not
not
only that,
when
when you talk about dating people, when you talking about because he's a father too. You know what I'm saying? When you talking about all of these different things, because now with social media, what people are doing is, oh, this is why this happened, and this is why so and so and whatever's going on.
The internet
they
is
start,
detectives. They detectives.
Yeah, they start
piecing.
They start piecing and putting stuff together. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that's dangerous. So it's like you have your part in what you can do, and it's really unfortunate. And some things, you know, because everybody's like, oh man, people just trying to get money and this, that, and the third. Some people really got stuff in their spirit that you have no idea about.
Correct. And then you still got your kids who watching you contradict yourself
Absolutely.
or the friends of those kids
Absolutely.
in their ear saying, "What's up with your dad? It is or their dad it is." And then if you
Yes.
not addressing it, then how can you have clarity?
Right.
So
Right.
You
I
got
can,
it.
And you,
You
as
gotta-
a homeboy or whatever, you don't know what to say because it's like you were never truthful and upfront about it in the
Right.
first place.
So it's a difficult situation across the board because the other part is too is people will treat you like the people that you hang around.
Yeah.
right.
Right.
And I just know, dude. I just play with dude. Like
You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
think we
don't-
cool or we
don't-
best friends.
yeah.
y'all could be
Bro, that's my
really
business
solid.
partner.
But
Yeah.
y'all could be solid and you ain't on that type of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
But
had
then
that with
people
homegirls.
instead of people being like, all right, cool, they like, nah, y'all on some sneaky. Y'all got something. It's like,
Really?
nah, bro.
You
Yeah,
feel like
people-
they was like that?
Hey, listen, man.
Nah, that ain't right.
Hey, listen.
You can't do
I've
that.
been able to see some things for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
You
But,
know
you
what I'm
know, and
saying?
then as a man, man, with nothing to hide, you know, God fearing, man, say what you want to. Like, Nick, you know what it is. Anybody who know me, know what it is.
And
Like,
that's
you
what
know
I'm
what
on. Cause I'm not gonna come to that aid to try to be like, nah, let me correct that. I don't even bother with that. You
Who
know what
my
I'm
people
saying?
is who my people. Like, you
But
know what I'm
it's
saying?
but it's still unfortunate because people will just fall out by the wayside because they think.
Yeah, and
That's the
kinda
part that
hurtful.
bothers me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
know what
can
I'm saying?
damn.
but that show who real and who fake. Like
Yeah.
for you to,
Agreed.
if this your people, if this your partner, regardless what he go through or what he choose to do in his personal time, that if you be like, all right, that ain't my partner, then that just show how fake you are.
And then you doing it because you heard something about somebody else, not about me.
Right.
So why would you
Or
hold what
nothing that
somebody
even
else?
affect you.
Right. Nothing got nothing to do with me. So I'd rather you come to me and be like, friend, I heard about your friend. You like come to me and talk to me instead of just falling down by the wayside because you heard something about somebody I'm
you
cool
know
with.
what you sound like, Queen?
What?
A mature adult.
Well, you know,
You know how many
they tend
people-
to say I am.
But I'm just saying, how many people can
Facts.
sit here and talk to,
Because
another
I asked my
adult
friend,
about,
I'd be like, friend, they
but
saying your friend.
ain't nobody doing that.
Yellow, brown, green, blue, whatever your choice is, we can get some money.
Yeah.
We can do some business.
Period.
You know what I mean? So,
Period.
you know what I'm
And
saying?
if we cool like that, you should be able to be upfront, open, and honest,
Absolutely.
and it is what it is.
But we don't want the embarrassment. We don't want the
Yep.
judgment.
But then you end up getting embarrassed anyway.
Yeah.
So
Once you
hey,
standing on
Or
business.
you know, people call you fake or call you this or
yeah,
call
it's
you that.
crazy. I can't.
At the end of the
you
day,
know,
you got to please
I
yourself
can't.
and be able to look at yourself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to look at them
Yeah.
in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go home with them in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to look at self and be able
I
to
learned that a long time ago.
have that accountability. Talk to me about Ice Cube, man. Ice Cube is doing something amazing. You spoke on the big three. He's fighting back and forth with the NBA. He's having a few struggles, but still selling out everywhere he going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kids and man, he did one in Memphis. All of the youth.
What you talking about, the big three?
The big three, man.
It was
Everybody
love,
had
bro.
something to do.
I enjoyed
You
it.
like
Yeah,
it?
we was out
Kids
there.
got to
Yeah.
see a lot of their celebrity faces and whatnot.
I liked it, but I feel like the big three didn't like capitalize off the. It's almost like it was like a, I don't know, like how they had the captains and then they was just picking their friends. Let's be real. You want to be real? Like it was kind of weird.
If you look at it for, like,
I wanted to see. So I'm a basketball like. Sean noticed, like
Woo,
I
you
watched
speaking
basketball
no business.
growing up. I wore the Jordan jerseys. I had I was a fanatic. Like
Yeah.
I liked basketball. It's probably why I ended up marrying one. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's a childhood thing. I even played basketball a little bit growing up. So if I'm going to the big three thinking I'm gonna see all these people that I grew up loving, and I don't see but like two or three of them because you got this person picking a friend.
Yeah.
I don't like. That's the only part about the big three I didn't like.
So there's so many layers to that. So for one, to your point, that's fair for you to feel that way because the cool thing about it is designed to be a players league.
Yeah.
That's why they put players in position and the players can pick who they want. Right. There are pieces and parts to the business that have to grow and get better. Ice Cube is definitely doing, him and Jeff are definitely doing major things.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm going to be the first to say this. Don't allow the NBA to do things that's hush money.
What you mean?
Break that
So
down.
with
a little
all
bit.
the controversy, and now all of a sudden he's inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, and he's cool with that. He's taking the pictures. Now I done quieted all that other noise.
Right, because the
Be
NBA was
mindful-
against him
Be
at first.
mindful of the hush money. The hush money just look different for different people.
So you saying that NBA and Ice Cube have finally come to an agreement?
You tell me what this look like.
So Ice Cube in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, they just did an induction, like a big thing. Yeah.
Because my whole thing on it was like Ice Cube was doing something great for the community, great for the kids,
Absolutely.
great
Yes,
for
for sure.
opportunities for players to keep playing, out on a bigger scale.
But they promoted
Be
it like it
seen.
was gonna be like our favorite older retired best NBA
So
players.
when they first did, I've been a part of the league since it started, right? And every year there's rule changes. Every year they're doing things to like level up, the growth of the game, right? That's cool. We all have our opinions on it, some of the stuff that you're speaking about. All I'm saying is they had a legitimate gripe that raised
right.
attention.
Correct.
And it
NBA was
it was
not
working
supporting-
on
Right,
it
I
was
know that.
working in their favor. And then all of a sudden the NBA
He was
goes,
independent, making this happen. This is
Yeah.
a
come on
us
over
thing.
here.
Yeah.
Come on over here. Let's show you this love. You
They
game
finally,
changer.
basically, he's saying they finally hushed up the differences, the
It's
drama.
just that's
the
a part
the-
of it because
Right.
it takes away from the momentum, in my opinion, that was coming from them raising, all of that attention to like, yo, this is how they doing us. They don't want us here. They doing, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden they like, all right, just we got something for you. Let's let's go ahead.
Yeah.
And you bit that sound.
That's a
I
difficult
ain't mad at it.
situation, man, because,
I'm
Well,
just
do you
gonna-
think that's gonna make
my
it better
perspective.
though? Maybe make it bigger, better.
having your own league is not something easy to do.
It's
Number
not.
Hell
one.
no.
You know what I'm saying? And Ice Cube doing it. So we got to congratulate the man
No,
for
absolutely.
that.
Because
You know
having
what
my
I'm
own show with
Absolutely.
them bitches was
saying?
terrible.
I'm not against that. I just
Yeah.
know me and the way my mind works.
You played what? And you was
You know
in
what
there
I'm
with
saying?
like 3-4 years? With
Five.
five.
Shit,
Yeah.
I've been in there for a minute and been a part of a lot of conversations.
I wish it was at least some 5-on-5. I get tired of the 3-on-3. Me personally, while
Yeah,
we're speaking
that
on
might-
tonight,
yeah, I
I wish
like
it was some
that.
5-on-5 in there. I know y'all win a little
It's
shorter.
very
so
short.
They try,
The game
I'm
is very
ready.
short.
I want all the
You
smoke.
know, I'm late for
hooping all
everything. By
over.
the time
they
I get
trying
there,
to
the
do that
game
3-on-3
over.
half court.
But that's what makes it like the vibe because it's like you get to sit there and watch game after game after game after game of your favorite players because it's quick, it's fast. Then they make it a vibe. They bring DJs, they bring somebody
Yeah,
to
somebody perform.
perform, and they do it all that. So it's
Right.
like that part is cool. And then you going through the arena. You get to move around a lot different than you would in a league
Yeah,
game.
Yeah.
We can just up and go in
It's
the
a little bit more
stands and do whatever.
hands-on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like
Yeah, it's fun.
it's
I
an
had
environment.
fun.
You
I
know what
had
I'm
fun
saying?
with
And
shows
Cube
there.
again creating opportunities for guys to be seen, opportunities for guys to do additional business things,
Correct.
opportunities for guys to get money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the league is growing.
Sponsorship. all kind of
Absolutely.
things
So
like-
I'm not mad at it. You
Yeah,
know what
no,
I'm
I'm
saying?
definitely
But
not mad at it.
I just know and understand that there's so
You wish he would have
much
kept going in the
more.
route he was going. Without
The NBA
taking the
I just wish we could have seen it. I mean, and that's not to say he still ain't pulling some plays or whatever, but
Right.
again, I just know that I've seen how things work with people. You know what I mean? And whether it's giving somebody an award or giving somebody
Let
money,
me just get this nigga an award, goddamn
Or-
it.
Shut him up.
that's how I think.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
I look
that's how
at
it
it,
be,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
Do
And
be
I
like
could
that.
be wrong, but I feel like I've been a part of some conversations, so I don't know.
Well,
I think that's fair, right? It's not too bad.
that's fair. It ain't too. You ain't do go too hard.
For sure.
So okay, so I know I had to ask you about something. You know, we had a guest on before our first season. We had a guest on, and you know this guest, and I just want to ask you what is going on with you and this guest. Do you
Which
know the
one I
guest I'm
guess?
talking about?
We had what 30 guests before him.
She
30
one of our
rounds?
first guests. So what was going on with you and Miss Juicy, child? What happened with that?
Miss
Juicy, baby. What happened with What happened with Miss Juicy, honey? Because I saw you on the show. And Chad, you look like you was about to shit a brick. Miss Juicy said she
I
like
don't even
you.
know what happened. What?
Miss Juicy
missed
had
that
him
one.
on her show. On look.
So shout out to Miss Juicy.
Hey, Juicy.
That's my girl. That's my friend. It
So
caught
you
me
and
off
Juicy
guard.
are friends still.
Yeah, we cool. We go to the same church. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like
ain't
that's my
feel
girl.
kind of funny after she was like,
What happened?
Drum like what?
So basically, I did a couple episodes. You know what I'm saying? I did a couple episodes, and I don't watch it. There were other things that was, I guess, going on in scenes that I didn't, I wasn't aware of. But anyway, I had just
you
lost.
was on her show. What kind of show? She got a reality show.
Mm-hmm.
She on
Little
Women of
Women.
Atlanta.
Okay, Little Women of Atlanta. You was
Yeah.
on there, big. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
she was on
basically, long story short, man, I had just lost my grandmother. She had called me about doing the episode. She explained to me how it was gonna look. About 20-something minutes before I'm pulling up, I get a call. She like, hey.
It's other Little Women on the show, right? It's everybody.
Yeah, it's like
small.
6 of them, but we were doing a scene.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's
but
like
how
a
it was
giant
portrayed to me.
But y'all had been doing scenes before. Was this your first
We did a scene where she helped me out because I had a training business at the time. They shot a scene there. It was cool.
Okay.
We did a protest together because this was back when, all that stuff was going on. Yeah. So this, we did a couple of scenes. It was all good.
Okay.
And she was like, I know you just lost your grandmother. We're going to have a couple people at the crib. It's going to be a group thing. Da-da-da. I'm on my way. Cool. I'll do this for you, my partner. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
About 20 minutes beforehand, I get the call like, yo, some things changed up. Producers wanted, whatever. I'm like,
So what they say?
Bro, like what they
What
say
they
they
call
want to do?
like they want you to be
so I
sexually interactive.
no, they were just saying like we're not doing what I thought what was explained to me. Is going to be more so me and her having
you
a
thought it was
conversation.
gonna be a group, like a few people
so
there.
it's going to be me and her. She was like, I just want to do something nice for you. We just going to switch it. All right, cool. So I'm like, all right, this is my partner.
So,
I'm a roll with. So we having
you
dinner.
To a romantic situation.
Everything cool. Bruh, we having dinner, everything cool. And she just hit me with the, I'm cut for you. I got like, I remember this like my mind, but I remember, dog.
Like yesterday.
She was just like, yeah, I'm cut for you. Like, and I'm looking at her. She was like, yeah, I got feelings for, like, she just said it right there and then on national TV, bro.
So she was crushing on you.
So I paused, bro.
It's
like,
juicy. You were crushing
like
on her.
I paused.
Baby.
Bro,
She had that thing juicy for you. She was juicy. Just pick me up one time.
Oh my
shit.
God, bro. So
Oh shit.
shout out to Sister Charlene. It's love. But yeah, she said it, bro, and I just paused. I ain't say a word.
National TV.
Media training right there. Boom, kick it in.
You froze.
But I don't know if that's good media training or not.
Or was you?
I was being respectful.
But is that good or not that you didn't say nothing?
I wasn't doing that. Not that. That wasn't the moment for that.
But I'm
So
saying
what was
you
your
didn't turn it
response?
down. You
Nothing.
didn't turn it down. You didn't turn it up.
I just smiled. I said,
Memphis nigga gonna be like,
I
man,
just
cool
did like
playing.
that.
Cool out, man. Listen, man, we on camera.
But
man.
somebody, right? But somebody would have been like, "Bruh, why you handle her like I just ain't want to put her through none of that."
So
I
how
was
did you
willing to.
handle
Well, she put you off.
I didn't say a word. Bro. I just smiled and I was just like.
And then what she say? She just kept like. She waited on her.
So when I saw somebody sent me the clip, and from what I saw, it was like she
You
was
was
like,
there.
he didn't say nothing. Like I shared how I felt, and he was just quiet. That was it.
And you single at the time. You was already divorced, or you was still married.
With my old lady, we wasn't married. I wasn't married.
You weren't
yet.
married.
You was
Yeah,
in a
okay,
relationship
gotcha.
though.
Yeah.
See, I
So
feel
you could
like
have just said like, I got someone.
yeah,
but,
you ain't say nothing.
respectfully,
You
like,
just got quiet.
It's a TV, so that's the only reason why I feel like
But I was put in a situation with a person understanding what's going on.
But they told you that 20 minutes before you got there?
That it was a change. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, if you ain't got an answer, don't say nothing.
No, because I was willing to take that. Like I wasn't tripping.
Yeah.
You was
Just
willing to
my
take it.
She
That
didn't
you
DMs
take
was
it no type
flooded.
of way.
Oh
You
man,
know?
my DM was flooded because they was like, bro, what's going on? What's going on? I was just like, listen, man, out of respect, I'm not even gonna do that. You know.
So
what I'm
how
saying?
did it get taken after that? Like, how did the media and all of that?
It really like that was a situation. It didn't go nowhere like that.
It didn't gain no steam.
Yeah, it didn't gain
Nobody
no
didn't really
steam.
think
It
you was dating Juicy.
because most people was just like yo, like I really appreciate how you handled that moment.
Right.
I disagree because I feel like
You
damn,
think
I was
that
waiting.
would have hurt your feelings if you got a response like that?
I feel like it hurt her feelings regardless. So I feel like
Gotcha.
being that he was in a relationship at the time, I was just waiting on him to just say
Maybe
something.
she didn't know that. Maybe she just.
Well, no, not even on her part. I just was waiting on his part for him to just be like, well, we friends, or just say something.
I've
But
been
he was
saying
just
that already, episode after episode, like because they listen. The rest of the cast had
So
jumped
they
on
knew.
me
That's what you
at the
saying.
gym.
Look, you already
They jumped
know,
on me
so
at the
I ain't-
gym.
I'ma
I
just-
can't remember which one asked me. She was like, "Yo, so y'all sleeping with each other? What y'all doing? What's going?" Like they was just dead on with it, and I was just like, "No, man. I love and respect her. That's my friend." Oh, no. Seriously, that's my friend. Like that's it.
Right.
I ain't got to ramble. I ain't got to do all of that. That is my
Juice.
friend.
I don't know
I'm
what
there.
Juice was telling them people. Just tell them people.
That's crazy. What's the? It was an I forget the girl name, the light skinned girl that was on that show. Wasn't she on that show too? She was just on a video with Charleston White or something.
Oh no. She
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Light skin. She went on that show.
You know her?
I don't know her, but I mean, I pay attention.
The girl, what's her name?
I forget
know
her
her
name. She
name.
was in a writing session. She write
She
and
was
do
in the
songs.
joint
She
with
rap or sing
what's
or artist or
the boy
something.
name that be going crazy? Jimmy Smacks or whatever.
Oh yeah. Jimmy. She was on the jump with Jimmy. Like, okay.
Oh,
She moving around. Yeah.
She a little woman?
Yeah.
I
Really?
forget her name, man. Light skin, short. She
Yeah.
was just in a Charleston White. Charleston White was like, man, you better
Size
get her.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
you better
sized
get
up.
boy, goddamn.
He
talking
went
about
away and
what
told. He
do
picked
to
up and everything.
Oh, you know what?
Hey, man.
Child. Well, okay, so your book says the name of the book. Tell everybody the name of the book, cause
Man, what I wish I knew, and
that released last year.
released
2023.
last November 1st.
Yeah.
okay, so it's been out a year. And
No,
we're-
like
been out about 4
right
months.
before.
Oh,
yeah.
just
2
now.
months.
Okay,
Yeah,
3
2
months,
months.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So-
what you wish you knew, just kind of like sum it up for me. Like I just, cause I'm gonna read it.
If I knew then what I know
hope
now
you do.
type of-
So it's a journey of healing, and for me, I wanted to be very strategic because I'm being very transparent. Not naming names or nothing like that, but there are situations. If you know, you know, and if you don't, that's cool. But I started off dark, heavy, and then it just goes to the light. And I feel a lot of times we as people, we talk about A and B. We don't talk about the in between. And I talk about all kind of things using different analogies and situations about how I've grown as a person. The most important relationship is you can have with yourself, being the best version of you. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people talk about being mentally healthy, but I'm like, yo, be mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and physically healthy. Be a whole human being. Which we don't promote that enough because we're in a day and age of either it's your mind or your money. So I'm definitely big on that. I talk about eating right. I talk about sleeping right. You know what I'm saying? Getting enough rest. I talk about, the things that you see, the things that you listen to, all of these things that affect your spirit. I talk about my spiritual journey. Just a lot of different things, but it's just very transparent coming from an athlete. Because that's also the other thing too, us as men, but then it's like, what's an athlete gonna say? Like, what's he talking about? What's he? But I did it in a way where it's very relatable, in my opinion. And the feedback has been overwhelming. It's been really amazing. And the biggest purpose of the book is to create conversation.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like after
Especially
you read it, it's
how
like,
much we in the phone these days. Like,
yeah,
have a
it's
conversation,
like,
be
Yeah.
able
whoa, like whether it's with your significant other, it could be with a family member, it could be in business, it could be whatever. But it's like, man, I never thought, yo, I'm still struggling with that. I need to probably get that together so I can elevate and grow. So
Right.
all of those different things. But I again was very strategic in making it like a quick short read, but it's a lot in there. It's a
Gotcha.
lot in there. So please check me out. You know, give me your thoughts. You know, I definitely put my heart and soul into that project, man.
What inspired you to write it?
Actually, I was going to do a collaborative book with my co-host with Chanel. We were starting off by doing that because she kept, you need to write a book. You know, I'm like, man, I ain't got no book in me. Even if I do write a book, I might have one, maybe two. So I'm almost done with my second book.
Okay.
And some things happened, but it ended up me kind of going on a solo project. You know what I'm saying? So I took it on as this is an opportunity for me to help create the change and bring about some healing.
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm willing to take on whatever. Whoever don't like it, that's cool. We can hug it out, and if not, that's cool too. But it's important because you grew up with the trauma. I grew up with the trauma. You grew up with the trauma.
Everybody
Nobody's
got
talking.
some type of
You
trauma.
know what I'm
type.
saying? Like we just making it seem like this is a normal thing, and I got used to functioning in dysfunction.
How to release it as opposed to holding it in.
Yep.
You know,
Because it follows us, and that was the other thing. You know, I know early on in the conversation, you was joking with me about cheating and all of these things, but because of my childhood and my upbringing, like I don't believe in monogamy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you didn't tell
Because
me
of
that.
well, that's why I wanted to, you know, mention it now because of the timing is right. And even though I subscribe to the channel now, I still don't believe in monogamy because of how I've been groomed, things that I've seen, my experiences. I never saw faithful people until 2 years ago. Never saw it, never heard of it, anything. That doesn't mean that I know it don't exist. I'm saying
yeah,
personally
and
saw it.
I can understand that.
I can-
Even me seeing the pastor, and this somebody who is of the congregation and of the spirituality, and you know, all of this blah 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 blah. You know, and you would think that person out of anybody speaking and preaching on the word would be, you know, and then you see that
It's like, damn.
kind of not be,
Yeah.
you know,
I was taught
real.
as long as you take care of home, don't let anything, you know, come to your front door, but you can move how you choose to. That's what I was
Now,
taught.
did you adapt that later on, or is this something that you already had in your head when you was like in your first marriage?
That was in me. I just didn't know how to articulate it.
Got you. So now
So
that you,
remember when you said, "Oh, you was just cheating," I paused because I was like, "Let me try to see how I'm gonna answer that. Let me just
Got
take
you.
accountability first, and then maybe we'll spin the block
Got
as
you.
far as just kind of diving into my way of thinking." But again, one of the things that in the conversations I had with an old therapist was, do I think this way because of my trauma? Do I think this way because this is who I am and what I believe in, or is it a little bit of both?
And if I think this way, the people who are around me, particularly the ones that I love or get into a relationship with, they have to know that I think this way.
exactly,
That's the part of the growth.
and that's what you
Because
didn't have in the first
early
marriage.
on, I didn't know how to articulate that.
That you don't want to be monogamous,
Yeah, because
Or I don't
at
know
that
how
point it's
or I
like,
it could
just
be
don't know
monogamous.
how.
I don't
Yeah.
see how it.
and in my mind I'm thinking like, well, as long as I take care of home, I'm good. Like I can just kind of move the way that I want to move. You see what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
what was embedded. And then also too, so if the men are showing me that on one end, what I'm seeing on the other end from women is, yeah, and women hang their hat on this. I ain't never sleep with nobody, but you was texting.
Yeah,
You was
that's still
building with
cheating.
them.
Yeah,
You
that's
was
still
you
cheating.
was doing all these other things. You know what I'm saying? They never want to take accountability for that. So that's a whole nother, you know, conversation in itself. But these are the things that I saw growing up. These are the things that I saw even in adulthood. Everybody, oh, you got your wife, you got your girl, you got this. But then so-and-so moving this way. Oh, she moving that way. Oh, so-and-so giving that one energy. Oh, ain't that your homeboy? Why he doing weird stuff? I'm like, bro, y'all got it. I guess this
So
is
it
what
made
it is.
it made it to you like
This just what it is.
this just Yeah. What
And
it
that's the
is.
part the conversation that I feel like people don't have because everybody's like, man, I'm tired of these relationship conversations. I'm tired of we talking about the same thing, but it's like, bruh, it's broke. It's a broken system.
Mm-hmm.
You say you tired of it, but you ain't tired of talking about money or different ways to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Why not, figure out how to be your best self so you can be your best self for somebody else and y'all can have an actual relationship of growth, healing, and being on the same type of time together.
Right.
We have these warped ideas on what this thing really looks like, and we're not having the right conversation. So we have people who claim that they're monogamous and they're not moving in a monogamous way, right? We got the whole thing now of polygamy and all of this, but even those people aren't respecting the rules to the game. There's rules to anything that you subscribe to, but you got to be able to communicate that, and you got to be on the same page with it.
Absolutely.
So rules with the other people that's involved.
Everything, no matter what's going on, that's the part of, and I say this all the time, man. Like, I can literally see you naked. I can go on you raw. I can shoot the club up and everything, but I can't be honest with you.
Yeah.
I
And
can't
tell
keep it a
what
bean
your
with
real
you.
intentions are.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just big on that type of transparency. Like,
Yes.
we get to that point, man, the world would be such a better place.
Now, let me ask you this. With your thing about the monogamy, what exactly do you feel like triggered that type of thing? Is that in the book? Like, what triggered you to feel like, I know you said something about they groomed you to like the man, as long as they take care of the home.
But this is
There's
what
no-
you're seeing by the men that you respect.
I know, but is it some certain thing that triggered that? Do you understand what I'm trying to ask you?
I don't want to necessarily say it's a trigger. I want to say it's more like a teaching. Because on one end, the men are telling you one thing. On the other end, your experience is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I speak about this in the book, and I've said this before. Like, when I was, for example, when I was 14, 15 years old, I was sleeping with women 30 years older.
Really?
Plus, absolutely.
And don't nobody hold them women accountable for nothing.
But
Exactly.
again, these are
Let a
part of
man
the
do
things
that,
that
vice versa.
It'll be head or
but these
tail.
are the things.
that ain't right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things. These are the tales. You know what I mean? These are the part of the situations that we go through, and then you got to think too. Like, my talk game now, because you're an older woman, it's like that whole thing is different. The mindset is different, and I'm young.
So
You
you
know
an
what I'm
old
saying? So
soul.
I'm just
Yeah, you
I'm just
just-
around all of this,
A
and
young
I'm
girl don't
just
stand a
assuming
chance.
that this is just what we do and this is just how we move. You know what I mean? So now, with my current wife, just understanding like what healthy looks like, and now adjusting to that.
Exactly.
So
I saw a little bit about that on Cam Newton podcast. Cam
So
broke down.
with
a
your
little bit
wife
about that.
now, in the beginning of the marriage, had it already been understood before y'all got married that you
I
didn't?
did the same thing in the beginning.
You did the cheating
before
thing
before we
before
were
you had the
married.
conversation. Oh,
No,
well,
I told her what I was on,
before y'all got married.
and I was trying to open up,
Her to it,
Mhm.
but she wasn't with it.
But it took it like Cam breaks it down like the woman has to give the man time
To do
I'm
what?
thankful that
to
she did,
transition
yeah,
into this period. Like you got to just
because if not,
get it
I
out of
wouldn't,
you.
yeah, I
You
wouldn't.
know what I mean? Like, damn, I see everything I want in you. I want to be with you. Da 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 da. Woo woo woo. But like how you said, I love women. Like, you know what I mean? Da 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 da. I'm gonna keep indulging in what I indulge in until it's out of you. It's something that men go through, particularly even with my girl. Like, we was together 5 years, but it was just it's a moment. It's a time where it's like I don't even want nobody else. I don't
Yeah.
even see nothing in nobody else other
But
than
now,
her.
do you think
But
you'll get like
it
that
got to a time for that.
again?
And
I
some
mean,
women will
or
leave before the man gets to that point. Or they
yeah.
start to.
So you said take all the cheating, all of that,
It might
and
take
then
3 to
see,
5 years as
yeah,
opposed to
if I'm
a lot of
young,
people you
yeah,
see,
but
I
not
only been
all,
with you a
baby.
year and then you married. That ain't enough time.
That ain't enough time.
So
But see, me and Sean had these conversations too, and we gonna talk to him too. But it's just because he always say, when we look at younger relationships, he say, oh, she just gotta sit down somewhere. He young, he gonna do that. And I be like, why do she gotta sit down somewhere and wait on him to finish cheating on her? And she just sit down and get old and wait on him to finish sticking his dick around.
That's what women
it
gotta
just
realize.
don't make
you
sense
can't
to me.
turn on the switch and make a man faithful.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go on.
That's
until
fine.
you're ready.
That's fine. So do what you do. And if it's meant for us to come together,
then we will. And that's what happened.
She realized the same thing.
Yeah.
She realized the same thing. She told me, man, I remember laying up with a guy.
And think about you.
And she he put his arms around her like,
I like him like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it goes both ways.
Yes,
and
true.
I think the more we understand who we are, I understand who I am.
Can be honest about it.
Who you are, we can be who we are together.
That's love.
That's it. You ain't got to worry about shit.
That's fun. That's what you want to grow old with.
I do want to say this real quick. I think that's beautiful. You have inspired me even more so for your journey. But I think that there might be some situations where that is in a person.
To just be... to not be monogamous.
To my core, like when I tell you to my core,
I know those people.
But I have to kick into more of the discipline and to remove myself from a lot of situations and circumstances.
Wait a minute, you think what's just in a person? To not be faithful?
To like what you like. I don't even say it's a not be faithful thing. It's like whatever your wants, needs, desires, preferences, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
You want to fulfill them.
Because for me, like I think it's kind of unfair to villainize a person for the way that they want to move.
Right.
It's not when they married. Like, don't get married if that's what you want to do.
I feel you, but there's some married folks that got to understand this too.
Right.
And a lot of people get married too soon. You and the wife now, y'all got your own understanding, and it works now that you've expressed it to her.
My understanding is to be on her time.
Oh, so really, you ain't really dealing with nothing she don't like. Is that what you're saying?
And as far as that goes, you know what I'm saying?
And that's y'all
respecting. I gotta be respectful of.
So you don't go off doing nothing by yourself?
I can, I just don't. But that's also a spiritual thing you speaking to now. Because even in my journey, I don't go out, I don't drink no more, I don't smoke no more, I don't do edibles. Like there's a lot of things that I've cut. So it's like when I typically some things I would do to release, I'm going to a gym now. I'm reaching out to a brother at the church. I'm doing a Bible study. Like these are the things that I'm more so interested in doing now. You know what I'm saying? Right. Unless it's something business related and all that. Like I really try to move a certain way. You know what I mean? But
when you say you don't believe in monogamy and you're married, I'm trying to understand. Do you still go off and if you see somebody that you think is attractive, do you still go off and have sex with them and tell your wife about it? Or do you not indulge in that right now? Or
I don't. I'd stay away from.
Or do you tell her about it and be like, "Oh, y'all"?
I've had some conversations with her where I told her, like, you know, I done seen something or somebody done DM me or whatever, and I'd be open with her about it. Mm-hmm. And I know it's not easy for her to hear.
Yeah, that's.
But I do appreciate that I can have
that conversation
because I feel like, and it's just my opinion, I believe that if more men could be open about the things that they desire or whatever with the person that they with, half the time the biggest battle is just being able to express it.
Yeah.
And once you get it off and get it out there, it's like, all right, that's done. We can kind of sweep that under the rug because you don't really move on it. A lot of times it's just the fact that you harbor in this thing and you can't talk to somebody about what you should be able to talk to your partner about. For me, that's happened. You know what I'm saying? Like where I could be like, man, I don't really want to feel a shout on. Hey, let me talk to you about something real quick. She's like, bro, that's goodness. It's so hard to hear and take in, but thank you for expressing that. I really hope you can respect how I feel and not put action to what you just said.
Yeah. Learning how to not live in the flesh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's discipline. It's like, you know, certain things that just, you know, I don't even want to indulge in other people's spirits. What comes through sex.
It's all of that too.
Or me going inside of you or vice versa, like just touching the spirit, touching the energy. I would wonder why certain darkness would be over. You know what I'm saying? Or like you said, the drinking and smoking or the club atmosphere. Even if I'm on drink or smoke or whatnot, it ain't nothing another woman do for me.
You gonna
Period.
see
Like
through
I done squeezed out every part of out the toothpaste. Like
And
I'm
that's
talking about,
that's the
I done
other thing
squeezed
too.
it all out. So it's like I
That's the
don't
other
even
thing too.
have desire for another
That's
woman.
the other thing
Yeah,
too.
and
You
that's
know
what
what
you
I'm
come
saying?
to.
When you really understand that part to you, because it's no woman that can change a man and vice versa. But real love,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying, or the appreciation of, or whatever, that can definitely inspire you to be a different or a better version of yourself.
Absolutely.
But for all y'all women who feel like you can change a man, please cut that out.
No,
You can't. And
I'm here to
just
tell
like
you.
I can't necessarily change a woman. You feel me? And we shouldn't be in the business of trying to change anybody.
Yes,
We should meet
Yeah.
people where they at. We should love them where they at. And guess
Yes.
what? If you love them enough to say, "Hey, you are not for me,"
Yeah,
that's a part of love too.
And it's a forever developing
Absolutely.
situation. So
Yeah.
let it develop
Yeah,
into
boy.
the phase of it, you know what I mean? For
Yes,
sure.
sir.
But
Yeah, definitely let it develop.
I definitely want to tap into financial literacy, the transition after the game. And as well as, putting emphasis on whatever backup plan you did have if you were to get injured, if you were to get hurt. What were some of the things you were doing to invest your money to ensure that, I don't go broke. I keep some money in the bank. A lot of athletes have gone broke. We've seen a lot of athletes down bad 10, 15, years later. Some 5 or 2 years later.
I was one of them, being honest with you, because for me, and a lot of people, they make a lot of assumptions about people, man. But I know for me, when I filed for divorce, that was I had to start over because not only with child support and covering debt and all of these different things, but it's like literally you lose so much, coming from being in this contractual situation and attorney's fees, all of these different things. So I'm not ashamed of that. I had to start over. You know what I'm saying? But there's beauty in the journey, and I can be able to stand here with y'all today to be like, I'm not in that same place. You feel me? Like trusting in God and continuing to stay the course. I had things set up, but I also, had finances stolen by my advisor. I had finances stolen by people that I love or said that they love me. That's a deep dive too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just not out here blowing money on all of these different things. Life is happening. And for those people who want to judge and all of that, bro, you'll never know what people are actually going through until you get that type of money. Everybody can always say what it is, but they can't never say because they'll never know. Nobody will ever, most people will not be in your shoes or not be in your shoes. You know what I'm saying? So they will never know what that's like to really play with or see $100,000 in cash. You know what I'm saying? Or have $1 million check hit your account. You know what I mean? Like people don't know and understand that. And for me, like what I know now is like the different ways I could have protected myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people got to educate yourself on prenups, educate yourself on postnups, put plans in order, put things in place, because it's hard to have conversations when you're beefing with the person. And it may not be a you thing. You know what I'm saying? You could break up with a dude, you could be cool, but he could be on something. Same thing with you. It'd be like, bro, I'm cool. Like, ma'am, I'm just trying to get this. And she's like, man, I'm going to give you hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bless you. And it's like, those are some of the things that you learn. And I feel like for me, because I went through those experiences, I can share that. And I'm not ashamed of that. Like, I really do take the 8 Mile mentality, when Eminem and Papa Dot, like, own it. I ain't ashamed of nothing. Like, as far as getting money and doing certain things, bro, that's gonna be what it's gonna be. But the money don't make me. I feel like for me, being a stand-up individual, there's no money that can get in the place of that. And we don't see enough of that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a much better place now, from insurance policies, prenups and all the different things that are set up now. There's been those hard conversations at the beginning, so it's done. So if something were to happen, we good. However we choose to split and do whatever we do.
Right.
But that's why people, again, just got to educate yourself and do whatever. And then the other thing is, speaking on financial literacy, everybody can't invest. Let's start there. Everybody can't, be into real estate, just like everybody can't be an entrepreneur.
Right.
Yeah.
That, like, whatever your thing is for you, do that. You You know what I'm saying? And be cool with that. We have too much pressure on us to try to fit into this mold because we want to look like a boss and this, that, and the third. No, be a stand-up man, be a stand-up woman. Be a great father, be a great mother. Be a great husband, be a great wife, or whatever your situation is. And if you single and got no kids or whatever, then do you. Ain't no judgment. I think we need to have more conversations with people that ain't got kids at our age or who are single. What are you doing?
Right.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
'Cause you
saying?
getting older, like,
women
what's up?
women will take that as, bruh, I must not be good on the market because I ain't got no kids and because
And
of this
that's
and
not
that.
true.
And that's not exactly. And as a man, like, bruh, like, you shouldn't feel weirded out because you ain't got no kid. I salute you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
All your money coming to you.
Yeah, I ain't never felt weird.
You know what I'm saying?
Drumma, I used to
first
be like,
one-
Drumma, when I'm gonna get a niece
But
or
I
nephew?
don't
No,
think-
I'm
Used
gonna
to
find
be like,
the right woman.
But that's what I'm saying for
No,
people for people to hear that, bro. Like you should be going on the tour right now talking about that, bro. Because
Yeah.
people would assume you've been in this life for so long, you should have had a slip up. Something should have happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You could
But
give a
but it's
lot of young
discipline,
men
you know,
game.
for one, you got to strap
Absolutely.
up. Like I ain't never been. I always been scared to dive in raw. You know what I'm saying? Like just.
But
you
the
know,
other thing
random.
is everything ain't that black and white because again, I told y'all I got stories for days.
No, but
I'm
these
not
young
gonna do
niggas
it
though,
today.
like talking to my young nigga, talking to these.
Oh,
like,
no,
like,
they
niggas that
yeah,
just,
they
you know,
different.
it
They
is like
different. They
it's you would think they got penicillin, like right, you know what I'm saying? Like these
Like,
folks just take some penicillin, and be
It
good,
just be
like,
done. Like,
That's
what?
real.
like
real.
you know what I'm saying? Like Eddie Murphy party or something,
real.
like you know what I'm saying?
But
So
not
they would
just
say
with
it would be
us.
a bowl of penicillin, right?
That's all they
Not just
care
with us,
about.
but I think young men and young women should both view their life that way. We have way too many situations of people just being careless, and we do need to get better in that aspect. But like I said, the fact that you have the discipline that you have, and about to have your first kid at how
40
that-
years of
that's
greatness. Yes, sir.
That's a beautiful thing.
Look
You know what I'm
20 on
saying?
it. Look
So
20 on it.
I want to be able to promote that, you know what I mean, on y'all's platform because that's a beautiful thing. Like no matter what, everybody's situation is different, man. I got 7 kids. You feel me? By 4 different women. That's my village. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna ever push somebody to prescribe to any of that. You feel me? But things happen, life happens. At the end of the day, do your best to be the best that you can in your situation, in your circumstance.
Absolutely.
I'm growing and learning every day. You know, that's what all of this is about. This beautiful conversation we have. That's what all of this is about, man. To be able to exchange information and figure out what can I learn from Drum? What can I learn from you, Queen, and how I can be better? Things that you saying, all right, cool. Let me go back home. Let me start this thing over. Let me figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm constantly learning.
Oh yeah.
You told me about discipline. I know about discipline, but now I can go to my oldest son and say, hey, bro, Drum said discipline.
Oh yeah.
You don't believe me? Now it's cool because I can call you because that's what the village is about.
Absolutely.
Because he get tired of hearing his old man voice, and now I can say, hey, bro, I got to stand up one right here.
Oh, yeah,
Let me
yeah,
just
I
give you
do.
that phone.
Oh yeah.
My daughter, hey, Queen, look, you don't mind, sis? Hey, let me pass you that phone. You know, let me reach out to my brother. Hey, put your wife on the phone so she can hear some game. Like, this is what it's about.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Because we can't do it on our own.
Live with anybody who you live with for at least the 4 seasons, man.
Oh, no.
Winter, fall, spring, summer. You know what I mean? And then go through multiple years. So now you can start seeing, okay, it's around every summertime, this nigga always, or this female always around the summertime or whatever. You can start seeing people habits.
Yeah.
Take
You know
sex
what I
off
mean?
the table, too.
And
As
don't
much
be
as I
rushing
love
to
it,
nothing.
as much as I love it now, take that off the table and see what folks
Absolutely. And see
Yeah.
how interested you are in that person
Yeah.
other than that poo nat.
Bro,
Right,
what?
'cause it's
a lot of
gonna-
people gonna fall off by then.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
because you get into a marriage and being with somebody for a long time, it's gonna be times where ain't gonna be no possibility that y'all can have sex. You know,
Yeah.
certain things happen in life where you just can't. It ain't the time.
Yeah.
You
You know what
know,
I'm saying?
so
Or
it gotta
y'all
be
away from
somebody.
each other,
Yeah,
like-
you
like
either
you-
away from each other or you physically can't do it, or it's just certain things. You know, or it might not. Like I was pregnant for 9 months. Of course, I could still have sex, but it wasn't gonna be the same sex as he used to having with me when I don't have no big old stomach. So
Right.
it's just you have to definitely know and learn who you with. You got to know that that's really what you want. You know, bad, good,
Right.
indifferent. You
Right.
know, so that's all I could say. And I think I'm proud of your journey. I'm proud of your book.
Appreciate
You
that.
seem to be a stand-up man, and I learned a lot just sitting here talking to you. So I
Appreciate that.
definitely am gonna check the book out and read the book. I love a good read.
Absolutely,
I love a good
man.
read.
Absolutely, man. Josh Powell, Building the
Yes,
Beats
thank you
podcast,
for coming
man.
and being so transparent and not getting mad at me.
That's the difference, man. But y'all check my brother book out too. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And Queen, you need to write you one as
Yeah.
well.
It's
Encouraging
Everybody
that.
keep
It's
telling me
coming.
that.
Because
It's
listen,
coming.
Bestseller.
we working on, you feel
waiting.
me? We got some things, man, in motion,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
But you
Yeah.
definitely, you got to get yours up there too, because
I definitely
people,
do.
I'm just a big advocate, man. People need to hear from dope individuals. You know what I'm saying? And you got a story to tell, man, on so
Definitely.
many sides of
A
it.
lot of young
Yeah.
women
But
looking up.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But I
And
try to do that
appreciate
with the
y'all.
mint with my show. So I was trying to kind of get them
book,
game
the
on
mint.
there.
The book, the mint.
The book, that's yeah. There we go. Drumma, you always helping me come up with some names and
go
shit.
on.
Thank y'all. I appreciate that because I be needing
Absolutely.
motivation and stuff like that. So
Absolutely. So
We
y'all can
appreciate-
check it out on Amazon. By the way, you can check it out on Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. It's on every platform, man. And, you know, I just checked my publishing just to make sure we can get some global action as well. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
You in
ain't
there.
nothing that's stopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm working
good.
on the ebook, working on, you know, doing
What's the name of
doing
your
the audio.
podcast?
Relationships Matter.
Yep.
us
Check out my
Relationships
interview
Matter.
on his podcast,
Please
Relationships
do.
And mine
Matter.
should be coming
Super
up.
dope. Absolutely.
Okay.
So we
I'm
all
with it.
just supporting each other, man. It's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
it
Hey,
is.
Josh Powell, man. And like that, we gone.
Drumma, I got one shout out.
Okay, shout it out then. Shout it out then.
La Cream. They gave me this outfit
Lil'
a long
Cream.
time ago here at the House of Fresh. I was here
Okay.
for an event,
Yeah.
and they haven't bothered me, worried me, been in my DM like when you gonna wear it or nothing. So
They
I
still
just
ain't brought none up here to the House of Fresh. So
well,
need
y'all
to
got to
talk
bring
about
it
that.
up to Drumma at the House of Fresh because it's really a nice, soft cotton outfit.
Yeah,
I like,
we need
the
them in the
girls
House
like
of Fresh
the
now.
sets.
We need them in the House of Fresh now. What
Yeah, shout out to La
y'all
Cream.
picking up clients in my store. You
Yeah,
ain't even brought
come to the
none.
House of Fresh and
Nah.
bring the pack through. I just want to give them a shout out. Black business,
Absolutely.
and they were so pleasant and
Nah, they jump fire. We
yeah, I
need
love
that.
it. It feels so soft and it's just clean and neat. So,
Yeah, for sure. And
so
like
Josh
that-
Powell, and I'm gonna let you do that again.
And like that, we gone.
Get in the beats.